Okay, hello, Northside women. Welcome to the podcast. If you are listening to this, you recognize that my voice sounds really weird. But I just woke up this morning with no voice, but we decided to push through and we're going to do it anyways. So I'm joined today with Gracie Mae Smith. Thankfully, she's going to be talking most of the time, so you won't have to hear this the whole time. So we're going to start with the spill since that's our new thing. So I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you what's in her cup.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gracie Mae Smith, and for all the people watching, here's my little cup, little vintage cup with little blue flowers on it.
That's my favorite one. It's so cute.
It's so fun. I love it. And I'm drinking raspberry herbal tea. It's really good.
Why'd you pick the raspberry?
Because I like the way it smelled.
Yeah,
it smelled really good.
So good. Yes.
Yeah.
So we were just talking. It's actually hot in here. We're both drinking hot drinks.
And we're wearing long sleeve
But
shirts.
we're going to pretend like it's fall, even though it's still like 90 degrees outside.
It's okay. We can pretend.
We can pretend.
Yeah.
Okay, Gracie Mae. Tell us like a little bit about yourself. We're obviously going to get into it with the interview questions, but you're on our podcast team.
Yes.
So just maybe tell us a little bit who you are, how old you are, and then we'll get into your history and all that.
Yeah, so I am 19 years old, and I help with the podcast crew here. I just get to actually talk to all the women who come in for interviews for the podcast. So I just like let them know like where they're going to be, what time they're going to be here, and like all the questions. So that's fun that I get to, meet to all different types
Connect
of
with
women.
them.
Yeah, I get to connect with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and it's super helpful to us.
Yeah.
Because... yeah, when we're going through it, she's like really on top of her job. So she'll be like, oh, I already talked to them and ready to go. And so that's super helpful. Okay, so tell us you said 19. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
19.
So tell us your history attending Northside. You grew up here.
I did grow up here. Yeah, our family came here whenever I was we started coming here when I was in the 3rd grade. And so I've been here for... I guess since then we haven't gone anywhere else.
That's the same for me. I
Really?
came here in 3rd grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at you're still here. Look at
I
that.
know. I know.
Could be me. But yeah, so and then I go to Weatherford College, and so I'm still going here, and I'm involved in our college ministry and everything. I'm a small group leader with them and stuff, and so yeah, I feel like I've been super involved in Northside for as long as I can remember. Like I help with the kids ministry, and like I do worship with them, and that's always lots of fun. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What are you studying at Weatherford College?
It's called organizational leadership. It's actually a 4-year degree, and
nice.
so I mean, it's.
I love that they have 4-year degrees.
Oh yeah, I think at some point it's going to turn to like a bigger university.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like
and it's growing so much.
It's
Oh my
growing
gosh.
so fast.
How
Parking
do you
is
even
terrible.
find a parking
you
spot?
don't.
Yeah.
You don't find a parking spot.
Literally.
Overflow all the time. But yeah, so it's called organizational leadership, and it's basically what it is in the name. It's just gives you like leadership skills, and it's pretty generic, but I kind of wanted a more general degree because I want to do something in like ministry, some sort like that, and I'm not exactly sure specifically what that means, so I thought this would be a good pathway. So
for sure.
that's what I'm doing
Very
at
cool.
Weatherford. But yeah.
And it's your second year, first year?
Yes, it's my second year.
Second year. Okay.
Yeah. I'll graduate with my associates in December, and then I'll have like 2 more years on top of that.
Love it.
I'm hoping I can knock out another semester. That way I can be done like a little
Earlier.
bit. Yeah.
And I feel that. I'm getting my master's, and it's a 2.5-year degree.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, for whatever reason, 2 years feels like so long. I know it's not, but I'm like, can I get this done earlier?
Yeah. Where are you getting your master's at?
At Truett Seminary.
Oh, okay.
At Baylor. Yeah.
Okay. You're doing it online, I'm assuming?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I go 1 day a week for classes.
Man,
I know.
That's
commitment.
Yeah,
it
that
is.
is
It
something.
totally is a commitment.
Wow.
But, yeah, I can take some online classes, but it's an in-person degree, so
okay.
I can only take like a few.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. I love it.
That's good. Glad you like it.
Okay, this is a good one. We're getting into the good stuff here.
Okay.
Tell me how you came to be in a relationship with God.
Okay. So, like I said, I have grown up in church like my whole life. And I, it was like at VBS one year. And
Cute.
Yeah, it was VBS. I remember up in the middle school room, but I remember them having like, it was like the end of the week, you know, how they do like the salvation talk and all that stuff. And just talking to a leader, and I know I made like a decision to accept Christ in that moment, but I didn't really fully understand it.
Sure.
You know, I think it was like third grade actually when I came here that happened. But you know, and then I was never really like a bad kid, you know, like I was very much a rule follower and all of the things. And so I feel like I just continued I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. So I just continued to live like how I was, you know, like I didn't understand the gravity of what it meant.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. And so it wasn't until like my freshman year of high school that was really rough, because that was right after COVID. And like, you know, I had been at home like all by myself with my family, like talking to nobody, and then went straight into my freshman year of high school.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it was crazy. Middle school to not talking to anybody to straight into high school.
And did you do Weatherford?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And so even though we have a ninth grade center, like I was still,
it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, well, I was in the band. And so I was in the top band. So I was with all of like the seniors, like the older kids. And so I went from middle school to being with the seniors. And so it was a lot. It was really rough because it was just like all the conversations. It was just very different than anything I'd ever experienced. Like the culture was it was like almost like a culture shock, you know, within my own community. It was it was weird. Yeah. But that was really hard because I had never had to like make my faith my own, you know, because it had always just been like normal to be around. It was easy. And so that year was really rough. And it was after my freshman year at beach camp, I remember, I don't even remember exactly what they were talking about that night, but I just realized like, oh, I proclaim Christ as Lord, but I'm not living like it. And I've been trying to do it by myself. That's why it's been so hard. And obviously we'll have hard moments like when we do like in our heart live for him as Lord, but it's still like I wasn't living like that. And so after that, like at beach camp, I realized that. And I say I rededicated my life. I don't know. I know some people have like a hard time with that term just because like once you're saved, you're always saved. But it's just, you know, I actually started living for the Lord at like my freshman year. Yeah. And yeah, so after that, it was like my sophomore year. Like I could tell it was something was different. Like I was actually like wanting to go to church and wanting to like, I was definitely making my faith my own and like involved in like a Bible study club at our school. And it was just, like, you could tell that, like, from my sophomore year, like, looking back at my freshman year, like, how I had definitely, like, made it my own. And I feel like that goes for a lot of, like, church kids, you know, kids that grow up in church. Yeah. They definitely, I feel like that's a story you hear a lot of times from them. It's just, you know, they're like, oh, I just grew up in church and my parents made me go. And then, I don't know. So that's really how I, you know, came to know the Lord. Yeah. But, so...
Yeah, I like to ask the question, when did God become real to you? Like, he's my God at this point. Because, like, even for my kids, like, they're not going to have a memory of not knowing about him or even believing that he's real. Like, yeah. But I'm praying for those days when he becomes real to them. Right. Like, my oldest asked me the other night, like, you know, like, what does it really look like to, like, hear from him, like, throughout the day? And, like, because I'll, like, try and talk to her about, like, here's, you know, this conversation I had with God today. And so she was, like, asking me about it. And she said she was, like, struggling with, like, you know, like, I think I'm hearing from him, but I'm also wondering if it's just my own thoughts. Oh, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah. I know that. We still struggle with that today. I'm like, oh, I get it. But... I just told her, like, you know, just keep going. Just keep talking to him. Keep listening. Like, you will start to recognize his voice. Yeah. Aside from your own voice. And I'm just excited for the days that she starts really realizing, like, oh, this is my God. He talks to me. He cares about me. Like, because there's such a difference when it becomes your own and not just like, well, I've always known this. Like, yeah, I believe this. Like,
yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. Okay. What has God been teaching you lately?
Let's see. I feel like, especially being in college, you know, everybody's always like thinking about the future, what they want, and
how it's going to play out.
Like, right. Yeah. And so obviously, like, I have goals for the future. I have dreams and things like, you know, to be married, to have a family and like things like that. or just like jobs, like whatever that looks like, especially like in ministry or whatever, it's hard to, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like people will ask you and you'll be like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just taking it one step at a time. But so I guess like going off of that, it's just that like the Lord will prepare you for the future, but that doesn't, and like the ways he's preparing you now, like those are just as important as like what the future is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like for example, like I lead worship with the kids upstairs with Mr. Brian, and I am also a small group leader within the college ministry. And so like those roles are very important, and I have to like steward those well, even when sometimes it's hard, you know.
For
but
sure.
I just have to know that like that's also preparing me for what he's called me to in the future, but I have to be faithful with that now. As much as I just want to get somewhere or like, look ahead, it's like, no, this is just as important as where you're going to be. And to think that he has also was preparing me beforehand for where I am now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just like also just recently, like I feel like he's allowed me to see like little things, like almost like have allowed me to take a step back to like see where he's been in all of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Hindsight is the best.
Yeah.
You start like, I think he uses hindsight in such beautiful ways to like help us see where his hand has been.
Right.
And you go, oh, I didn't know that in the moment. But
right.
But we don't have to know. Like we're just called to be faithful in the moments.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely something. Just like taking steps of faithfulness, steps of obedience, even though you don't know exactly what that means.
Totally.
But that's,
just keep doing it.
Yeah. Just keep.
Yeah. It'll bear fruit. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
One thing that, let's see, if anybody knows, like Jeff and Leanne Wortman, they've been teaching our college class, and they said something the other day that really, I was like, oh, that just kind of like puts into perspective everything that I feel like the Lord's been teaching me. They said, oh goodness, now it's not coming to me. Oh, they said like God can't steer a parked car, and it might seem like a cheesy analogy, but it's so true. And like Jeff was saying, he's like, like read your Bible, keep praying, just keep taking the steps of faithfulness and obedience, like get to know the people around you, like be present and involved where you are now, and like start moving, and he'll show you, he'll direct you where to go. Yeah. And I feel like that just kind of like encapsulates the whole college life, because even though people have a degree in mind, it changes. People change their degrees. I've changed it a couple of times, It's just, so yeah, I guess that's what he's been teaching me lately, but yeah.
It's really good. When I first started really volunteering up at the church, I was helping under the girl that was leading for women's ministry, but it was my sister, so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she wasn't like on staff. It was just a like volunteer role. And then I was also helping our girls like director. And I was literally just helping both of them. And I was like getting frustrated because I was like, I want to do it this way. Like, I would do it this way, whatever. It's so silly. And I called one of my like mentors, and she still is like one of my favorite people. Has always just been so good about speaking life into me. Yeah. And I called her and I was like complaining. And she goes, well, Libby, are you leading in either one of those roles? I was like, no. She was like, well, then it sounds like you need to get really good at submitting to their leadership and like being obedient to be like the best helper you can be, because God put them in those roles and he's asked you to help them. And I was like, you're so right. Like, that's really good advice. Yeah. Like,
that is good advice.
But like sometimes when we feel like, oh, this is what I feel like God's calling me to do, whether we see what it is or not, like we just feel like, oh, I think this is what he's calling me to. It's hard because we want to get ahead of him rather than walk in step with him. Yeah. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep taking those steps because he will show you like whatever's next. And he is using right now to prepare you for that. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, this one's apparently hard for people, but hopefully you've thought about it. Okay. What is a really good piece of advice that you have been given in your life?
I don't know. I guess it's less of a piece of advice, or just something my mom always told me. Yeah. Just like, I don't know. I'm a pretty like empathetic person. Like I normally like I always like so like people always end up telling me like what's going on in their life. I don't know what it is about. It just always happens. I don't know. And so even like elementary school, middle school, like this would always happen. My mom would just be like, sometimes I would get irritated with it. but she would always say, like, you really never know what's going on in somebody's, like, home life. Because she was a teacher, and so she taught, like, elementary, like, middle school, high school, and so she's got to see
She had
all
a
of this
perspective.
Yeah, she definitely did. And, like, there were many times, like, she had students that she would have to buy groceries for, and just, I don't know. It was, and so for her to just tell me, like, you know, you just need to be there for that person. You just can listen. Like, you don't have to solve all their problems. Like, most people just want somebody to listen to them. And, you know, if you feel called or led to help them out in any way, like, you can, you know, but most people just want somebody to listen. And, you know, that's definitely been true. Like, I've seen that more, like, as I've gotten older, and how some people really, like, they have grown up such differently than me, you know, and I don't know, I guess that. And she would always tell me, you know, like, I don't even know, just to be aware of, like, what everybody else is going on before you, don't be quick to judge or make an assumption about people. But yeah,
It's good. Yeah, it's a good piece of advice. Okay, here's our final question. If you could get all of our women in one big room and tell them something that you're, like, really passionate about, what would you tell them?
I don't know. I feel like there's so many different things that I could say.
I know.
It's like, I was reading this question, I was like, man, I gotta pick one thing.
I know.
But I don't know. I think it would probably be, like, just to be more bold in your faith. And I feel like as women sometimes we think that we can't, or, like, we have to be soft and I feel like a lot of times we mix people pleasing with, like, standing up for, like, what we believe in. You know, obviously stand up for what you believe in love, and, like, communicate that in love. But, like, you have to be bold and just have faith that, you know, we actually talked about it last night at our docs. Andy was saying, like, everywhere you go, like, that's where you've been sent, you know. And whenever you put that into perspective, like, all the people around you, like, you're there for a reason. Like, your coworkers, just the people at the grocery store, like, everywhere you go, like, that's your mission field, you know. And so I think with that, it's just, I don't know, be bold in your faith, and, you know, like, stand up for what you believe in, but don't communicate it harshly, but also don't be, like, super timid about it. I don't know. There can be a fine line between, you know, being harsh in communicating truth, and also not wanting to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes, like, the truth is hard to hear sometimes, and it's hard. I don't know. There can definitely
give us some, if you have them like, in your head. If not, if I'm putting you on the spot too much, we can move on. But, like, what are some examples of how, like, maybe we could be more bold in our faith rather than, like, shrinking away or ignoring it or compartmentalizing?
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
This is like, no, that's okay. That's okay. This is a good question, even for me to think about. I'm trying to think of, like, a certain example, like, whenever you would have to be bold. I mean, I guess, like, with your coworkers, especially, like, if you don't work at a church, which most people don't, you know, like, it's okay to just, actually, Andy said something about this last night. It was like, you want to tell the people that you love about the person that saved you. So I guess when you put that into perspective and you're around, like, the people that you love and your friends, and, you know, honestly, like, it might seem awkward at first, but just bring it up sometimes, like, because you might regret that later on down the road. Like, we hold such a precious thing, and it's, you know, we can't hold on to it. Like, we're called to go and share it. So I guess, like, a practical way to do that is just, I mean, honestly, just talk about it. I know that sounds super general.
No, it's not. It's actually really not general. It's making me think. So, like, everyone is preaching a gospel. Everyone,
right?
Like, and especially, like, when you're passionate about something. So, like, you know, I love skincare. This is silly examples, but like,
Yeah.
if something like changes my life for my skin, I'm gonna tell people about it. Like coworkers. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, yeah, you should try this. This is really great. Or like clothes. Like if I get a compliment on something I'm wearing, I'm like, I got it here for 50% off.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I do that too.
Like that is, I'm like sharing a gospel almost, like something that I'm passionate about. And so it's the same. It should be the same with the gospel of Jesus, if not more. Like, I think it's like what you're hitting on, in my opinion, is like, how do we reorient like the gospel of Jesus coming before anything else, and like letting that be what we're so passionate to talk about?
Right.
Not that you can't talk about like
Right.
other things, but like it's the same type of conversation. Like I don't know, like if me and you are sitting here and it just comes up and like we're just talking about our life or anything, like, hey, I read this last night in the book of John and it's like really wrecking my life. Like,
Yeah.
you know, even if that person isn't a believer, you can share that with them and they might think you're weird. I mean, I've been in plenty of situations where people think I'm weird, but it's like, I mean, so what? Like, just have the conversation. Talk about what you're passionate about. And if it's Jesus, talk about him. How is he changing your life? How is he impacting you?
Yeah. I think a lot of times we overcomplicate it because
We do.
Yeah, we for sure do.
We get all like, okay, I have to walk this person through the entire like process here.
Just like, you know, like sprinkle your conversations with it. Like be the salt and light. You don't have to in every conversation be like, you know, like, all right, Jesus is coming back. Are you gonna, you know, like it doesn't have to be
when you die, where are you going?
It doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we just like sprinkle it in the conversations, and that will become easier for us, you know, and because like it can be awkward. It can definitely
totally
be
can be
awkward, especially I think for the most part, just because we get in our own head about it.
Totally. Yeah.
But like when it comes down to it, it's like, you know, telling people that you care about the person who saved your life.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah. And if you're following him, you should have plenty of things to talk about. Like,
Right.
hey, this morning in my quiet time, this is, you know, what happened. Or this week during Sabbath, like, this is how we did this or something.
Yeah.
Like, I learned this or I experienced this, or at church this week, the pastor was talking. I mean, you can literally bring it up in so many different ways. And if you're following him, you should have plenty of things to talk about. 'Cause,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you're practicing all these different things. Just talk about it. You don't have to hide it, which is what you're saying. Like, you don't, like, I think we're really bad at compartmentalizing our faith, which is actually not to plug it, but at Power, that's what we're going to be talking about, our women's conference. Like, we talk about this idea of spiritual transformation and like even like spiritual practices and things like that. But like, what does that look like in just normal life? Like, we need to like not compartmentalize our faith and learn how to like walk it day to day and be able to just talk about it. Like, if you look at Jesus, that's what he did. It's not like he was like, all right, we're going to go over here and preach the gospel, and then I'm going to come back over here and be someone totally different.
Yeah, like your life should preach the gospel.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for us, though, because we have too many distractions and too much freedom.
Yeah.
We have too much freedom.
We do.
I'm studying Baptist identity, and I just learned about like this. They were like super persecuted at first. Well, not super, but like persecuted. Like they weren't allowed to do what they were doing.
Yeah.
So they had to like go underground. And then when they finally gained their freedom, they like started bickering about all these things that didn't matter, and the church started like struggle and decline. And like in the textbook that I was reading, it literally said that like they had too much freedom. It like caused the church to decline, like wither away. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, we don't think about it. But like when they were being persecuted, they had to really fight for what they believed in.
Yeah, that almost makes you think of like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it reminds me of like the Hebrews, like whenever they were slaves, and then, you know, how they were always like waiting for the promised land and all these things. And then once they finally like God led them out of that, then they like, you know, started worshiping idols and all these things. Like, it's the moment they had freedom, it's like they just
wander around and forget what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you got to remember where you came from.
I know. So it's hard for us here because we have all this religious freedom.
Yeah.
And so I think we just get caught up in doing what everyone else is doing rather than like, I wonder what God really wants to do with my life. And like, how do I treat everything like I'm being sent here or you know, he's calling me to do these things. It's tough, but it's good advice.
Thank you.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
I also just realized that fox is sitting there. Did you put that there? Or did she?
No, she did. I
I
don't know. Is it in the
if
camera?
they can see it, but you
Yeah.
should show them now that we're talking about it.
This is just,
Joan
I don't know
put a
if
little
y'all couldn't see that
fox
before. This is
up
what
here. And I didn't see it. And then I saw it a minute ago and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that fox?
It's okay.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you want to share? Because this is open. You can share.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think if there's any other advice that I would give because when I was thinking about the question, I feel like there's so many things that came to mind.
I know. It's hard to pick just one.
I feel like this was also something I was thinking about. Like when it comes to like beauty and like how we perceive ourselves, like I feel like there can be a very fine line. Like it's okay to want to like do your makeup and like fix your hair and like want to look pretty.
Like take care of yourself.
And take care of yourself, but like, you know, but when it comes to like doing that for other people and then it becomes more about vanity and then you become prideful whenever people start like noticing. They're like, oh wow, like you have to be very careful. I don't know, I think that
there's a fine line there.
It's hard because I feel like also a lot of women, we like to make everybody happy. I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think it's okay to want to, like, you know, take care of yourself, fix your hair, do the skincare and makeup and things like that. But I think, you know, just be careful. Especially, I see it a lot amongst, like, college students especially.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know.
I see it, too.
Yeah.
I'm on the college campus. I'm like the old lady walking around.
Oh, no. But
I do see it. Like, they care a lot about all of that.
Yeah.
We all do at that age, especially like when you're young.
Yeah, especially, you know, just, like, I don't know. And especially when with like boys and stuff, you know, whenever it becomes about what other people think about you, I think that's when you need to reevaluate why you're doing it. I know, I'm sure that's something that people talk about a lot, but I don't know. I just wanted to say that again.
It's good. I've actually been really wanting to not wear makeup and like not fix my hair and just like for a period of time, just to like not have that attachment to like. Presenting myself in that way, like would I still show up in the same way, feeling the same way about myself, like confident in who I am and who God's called me to be if I didn't wear makeup or fix my hair? Like I've really wanted to do this just as like a thing for me to like lose the attachment to those things. But I haven't done it. I need to do it, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I wonder what that would do.
It's a thing that's just like hanging out in the background. Yeah. One of these days I'll do it, but
I did that for a little bit. I didn't wear makeup for a while, and it was like, for a little bit, I feel like it was hard, and then I kind of got over it.
Yeah,
and I was like,
get used to it.
And then it was fine. I think there's also like just an adjustment from like doing something to not doing something at all.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I think it made me feel better about, because I had the thought, I was like, am I just doing this because, you know, like I wanted to reevaluate my own heart, and so that's why I did that. And then I was like, okay, it's really not like either way. I feel like my heart's in the same place.
In the same place, yeah.
So I could wear makeup, I could not wear makeup, and it's okay. So I think that's when I, like what I was going back to what I was saying earlier, just, you know, it's okay to want to do those things, but you just need to always, every now and then, reevaluate.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're doing it to like prove yourself or get attention or whatever it may be, or if that like makes you feel like I'm better or prettier or more likable if I do these things.
Yeah.
Like maybe reevaluate.
Yeah, for sure. But that's hard as women.
It's
also
hard. Oh my gosh, it's hard because look at what we're like surrounded by.
Yeah.
It's weird because in my generation, I feel like the conversation is around like doing like really expensive like procedures to like keep everything tight and looking how it's supposed to look. And I'm like, I'm gonna age normally. And so the rest of my generation is gonna look like they're 20, and I'm gonna look like I'm 50. Just kidding, but I just don't ever want. I had that thought one day, like Harlow maybe pointed out some girl on TV. She was like, "Whoa, her lips look really weird." And I was like, "Yeah, she's had stuff done to her face to like make her look like that."
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh man, like I don't ever want to do that." And I was like, "Me neither." And I like loved that I could say like, "Yeah, I'm not doing those things either." Like we're gonna just love how God has made us and just walk in it and just be those people. Like we don't have to.
You don't have to do all the things.
Yeah.
That's good.
So. All right. Now that you threw that in your cup.
I did. I know. I put the tea bag back in my cup.
Okay. Well, do you want to, if you're comfortable, do you want to pray for our women before we go?
I will pray for the women.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Dear God, I just thank you so much for the opportunity that you've given me to be involved in this church and this ministry. Lord, I just pray for all the women watching and the women listening that you would be with them wherever they go today. Lord, I pray that you would give them boldness wherever they go to share their faith, and that they would just sprinkle every conversation that they have with you, that they would get over the awkwardness and just realize that they hold something very precious and very valuable, and that they would share that with others around them. And I just pray that you would also allow all these women to know that they are beautiful. It's very hard sometimes, with all the comparison, all the different things, and all the different beauty products. But I just pray that you would let them know that they are beautiful and they are fearfully and wonderfully made. And Lord, I just, we thank you for your son, Jesus, and that you sent him so that we could have a relationship with you and to have this community, to have the church. And I just pray that for all these women, wherever they go today, that you would be with them, Lord. And it's in your son, Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us.
Yes. Loved it.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, despite the fact that my voice sounds like this. So I hope you listened, even though I sound like this.
Oh, no, it's good.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.